I've smelled it 5 times by now, and I just don't get it. To me, it's nothing crazy, it's nothing sexy, it's barely there, to be honest. Like, why would I waste my money? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Iman, and today we have a video that I believe is going to be a lot of fun, or at least I'm going to have a lot of fun doing it. I don't know about y'all, but it's my unpopular opinions fragrance edition, because I feel like since I've been in this fragrance community, there are a lot of things that I hear, a lot of things I see, and I feel like sometimes it's a little bit too much. Let's just start by saying that this is all in fun. These are all my opinions. We don't all have the same opinions. These are mine. I share mine. You may or you may not agree. That's okay. If I talk about your favorite fragrance, it doesn't mean that I hate it or that I'm a hater. It just means that it's my opinion. It's not, and there's nothing malicious. This is all in fun. Again, I wanted to start by saying that actually this is the second time I shoot this video, because last time I shot it, in the middle of it, my phone that I used to shoot, it quit on me. There was no memory left, basically, because I had a lot of videos done. So I'm redoing it, so I hope it's going to go as well as it did the first time. In any case, before starting, can you please tell me what your scent of the day is? Mine is the infamous, the very hyped and talked about Yum Pistachio Gelato. So I actually just received it yesterday, so I'm doing a wear test today, and I'm going to test it over a few days, and I will do a review about it next week, because I don't know, Kayali is like a brand that I really like. It has a special place in my heart. Actually, my first fragrance video ever was about Kayali and like ranking. It was back in 2021, February 2021, I remember. And so I heard a lot of things about this fragrance. As I said, I will do a review, but out of the nozzle, when I smelled it first, it reminded me of something I already have, and that's actually not a fragrance. So we'll keep that in mind for when I do the review. Stay tuned for the review. So let's start with the video for today. First, oh, I'm starting strong. Carolina Herrera Good Girl. It's really a basic fragrance, like really. I don't think I see nowadays general fragrance reviews and don't see that bottle in there. And I get the appeal. I think it is mass appealing, but to me it's not that good that people are so hyped and like loving it. I actually don't think people love it for the smell. I think people buy it for the bottle. Like, let's be real. And even for the bottle, I feel like out of that whole Good Girl collection, there's others that are way better. Like, my favorite is the Good Girl Légère, because first of all, I like the scent a lot more. It's a lot lighter. It feels less messy, because I feel like that Good Girl, the original one, it's a little messy. There's like a bit of everything. The composition is so long. The Légère, it's lighter in composition, it's in smell, and the bottle is stunning. It's like gradient, like see-through at the front and then dark at the back. I feel like this one is much better. You have the Very Good Girl, that's like giving Delina vibes, the red one. And apparently that new one, the Good Girl Blush, it's giving Mont Blanc Signature / Yara to me, because to me they are both in the same family, which means I'm probably not even going to try it out, because I hate both Mont Blanc Signature and Yara. Actually, which leads us to my second unpopular opinion. I think Mont Blanc Signature and Yara are trash. I really do. Like Yara by Latafa. I got Mont Blanc Signature as a blind buy a year ago, and I got it off like a lot of hype on YouTube. saying that it was like an incredible vanilla, sweet and airy, blah 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 blah. I was like, it's going to be perfect for like as a summer vanilla, because I'm a gourmand lover, but a lot of these vanilla are very like opulent and like oftentimes woody, spicy, etc. So I was like, this is lighter, something to try. First day I got it, I think the first few times I wore it, it was fine. Then it developed into something that started being very powdery and sweet, powdery and airy, but not in a good way. It was even giving me grandma vibes somehow. I don't know, I think it must be the white florals. And then a few months later, I think around August or September, I started seeing Yara by Latafa a lot on like the Nigerian community, fragrance community. It was hyped a lot with French Coffee by Al Rehab and Chocomas by Al Rehab. So I bought all three. And so Yara, I got it. It was at night. I remember I opened my package and I was like, oh, this is reminding me of something. And I used it to sleep. And during the night, I was like, yes, it's similar to Mont Blanc Signature. And at that time, I had to, I blind bought it, of course, because it was not even available in stores. And it was not even Fragrantica, so nobody was saying it's similar to Mont Blanc Signature, in which case I would not have gotten it. They were saying, oh, it smells like strawberry shortcake and whatever, like it's airy. No, it's not. It's like mess, a powdery mess, sweet powdery mess, just like Mont Blanc Signature, but with strawberry. Now I don't like this too, and I feel like the reviews and the way people describe them, it's like shorter and easier for us to understand if you tell us it's Mont Blanc Signature with strawberries, because that's really what it is. I just don't know how people don't even connect these two because they're so similar. So yes, and then apparently that new Good Girl blush is similar to this. So yeah, that family is a no, nope, nope for me. Third one, whew, I'm coming strong because this is y'all's favorite fragrance. At this point, anybody buying Baccarat Rouge is buying it for the prestige and just to stunt, pretty much, just to say I have Baccarat Rouge. Because with the number of dupes that you have on the market that are extremely similar, and some are, I would even say like almost identical, like Zara Red Temptation, identical. Like, let's not play games. But it's like 20 euros, or I don't know how much it is in dollars, maybe 25. So you mean to tell me you are going to spend like 200, 300 euros / dollars for a fragrance when you can have that same smell for 10 times less? And it's not because you're trying to stunt, because it truly is. Like, and I'm even talking for myself. If you see me buying Baccarat Rouge, it's because I'm trying to stunt and show off the bottle. And yes, oh, okay, pause. It's Baccarat Rouge, not Baccarat. Like, I don't know, it's Baccarat. Like us French people, we know, because Baccarat is like a crystal house. And this fragrance was actually made for their 250 years anniversary, I believe. So yes, please, the name is Baccarat and not Baccarat or I even saying BR540 is even fine, but it's not Baccarat. Like, no, it's Baccarat. You're going to exit this video very quickly. Next, I think that's YSL Libre, and I repeat Libre. Okay, I'm going to give you a lesson again. It's not Libre. So see, it's French. It's Libre, not Libre. Libre is Spanish. Libre means free. So please, YSL Libre. I don't want to hear Libre anymore. Please, please, please. So YSL Libre, it's overrated, y'all. It's very overrated. And I remember I smelled it when it came out, and I used it to sleep. I got a sample. They gave me a sample in the mall, so I sampled it, and I was like, yo, this is, and the longevity was not even that good. On the regular one, the longevity is not even that good. It's very strong on the lavender. It's almost manly, and that's also why I feel like saying, oh, it's like such like a boss lady scent. It smells like money. It's even having me question, so you mean to tell me because a fragrance has like slight manly scent, that's when it gives you boss lady and money. That's not too feminist, because why aren't you saying that Vanilla 28 by KLE smells like money? Because it's sweet and feminine. So a fragrance that's like a little more masculine smells like money. Y'all gotta check yourselves. But no, the regular Libre, it's an absolute no. The Libre Intense is fine, but the best is Le Parfum. Check that Le Parfum. That's the one I got. That's the one that had me jump on that Libre lifestyle. It's the absolute best because it's just like a lot more sophisticated. It's a little sweeter, has saffron, honey. It's just way better. That Libre, the regular one, overrated. I think people were also buying it a lot for the bottle, but they improved since then, so you guys can go out and get the good stuff now. I think blind buying is so much better than trying out your fragrance. Yes, I said it. And that's coming from somebody that tells you you should not blind buy, but keeps on blind buying. Like, at least I think 3/4 of my collection is like full of blind buys. And whether it's like niche or designer, I don't, or like even cheap fragrances, I don't care. I'll be out here blind buying. But I think that's because first I know the kind of fragrances I like. I'm pretty good at finding, like, I don't rely so much on notes, even on going on Fragrantica, because notes, like, and that's why I hate watching videos when they only talk about notes. I want to know what you smell, because notes, I can go on Fragrantica and read, and I can read basically. So tell me what you feel. So I'm pretty good at, like, and that's why I love the this reminds me of section on Fragrantica, because it's a lot more telling to me. So to me, blind buying is a lot more exciting, and I feel, and that may be a bad thing, because I feel so much more attached to my fragrances when I blind buy them. Like, I will take the L for like Yara, Latafa by Yara, or Mont Blanc Signature, for example. I will take that L of blind buying, and it ended up being a mess, but that's also because I was misinformed. But I rarely have bad blind buys. Maybe I'll make a video on that, like my blind buy fails, but I have very few, and I have about 70 bottles of fragrances today, so I think I did pretty good. Next one, people these days, they start buying niche fragrances and they act like designer is just like bad. They act like they are brand new and like everybody else is ghetto for buying designer fragrances. I think that's crazy, because I get that because you can afford niche fragrances, you feel better than other people. But the thing is, there are some designer fragrances that hit. Like, there are some designer fragrances you're like, okay, I did not waste my money on this. Just like there are niche fragrances that are a pure mess, and you smell it and it's like a mix of a lot of things and it's just messy. So to me, niche, yes, it comes with quality, or at least it's supposed to come with quality, but it does not necessarily mean that it's just better than everything else. I think there's like a little bit of bouginess that people want to have stunt on others in the fragrance community, but I don't, that's not my thing. I think you buy what you, first of all, you buy what you can afford, and second, you buy what you like. I don't care if it's designer, niche, if it's cheap, and that's a lot of these cheap fragrances be hitting. Like, I just got the Nebras by Latafa. Oh, it hits way better than the one is duping, which is the Eilish by Billie Eilish. It's the same smell to me, it's just stronger. So I was like, why would I buy the normal one? Although the price is not crazily different, it's not that much more expensive, but the Nebras is a little cheaper, and it's the one that's a dupe, and I like it. Like, it's great. Next one, it's about actually one of my favorite discoveries of last year, blind buys, Delina. I do not get any of that tartness that bothers you in Delina. I don't. Like, to me, Delina is like one of the most beautiful fragrances I've put my nose to. And to be really honest, well, I blind bought Delina, but I was actually more convinced by Delina Exclusive, which I still have not smelled, but I was like, Delina Exclusive for sure I would love it, but I still blind bought Delina, go figure. But I don't get bothered by that tartness at all. Like, to me, when I smell Delina out of the nozzle, the vibe it gives me is, you know, when you're about to bite into like a lemon and you smell that tart aspect of the lemon and it makes your mouth water. That's exactly what I get with Delina. So it does not bother me at all. And if anything, it actually makes me crave the fragrance. And on me, it's like super long lasting. And that tartness, if anything, it complements very well the softness, like the muskiness, the vanilla behind it. It's so feminine. I really don't get bothered by that tartness at all. And I feel like maybe a lot of people just say that because it's what everybody else is saying. But I'm not with y'all on that. Like, not at all. For the next one, I'm ready to fight. People love to hate on these Mugler fragrances, Alien and Angel, just because it's trendy. That's really it. Like, first of all, Angel is like the OG of like gourmand. This is like the original gourmand fragrance. It's made by Olivier Cresp, which actually Olivier Cresp is the one who made this KLD fragrance too. So he's like a gourmand king. He has his own brand actually also. It's called Acro, with A-K-R-O. Anyways, Angel, and it's like so beautiful. It has like a beautiful sillage. When you encounter somebody wearing Angel, you know it's Angel, and it's super intoxicating. It's so lovely. And I get that people are not big fans of patchouli, but this is not a dirty patchouli to me. This is like patchouli well done, in the same family as like, not La Vie Belle, I hate La Vie Belle, but in the same family as La Nuit Trésor by Lancôme. Oh, chef's kiss. Just like the right balance of sweetness and patchouli and a little bit of like woods. To me, it's perfect. And Alien, whew, I had not smelled, I consciously smelled Alien, and I did for the first time at the airport last year. It was on my mind for months, and then I had to buy it. Like, I just love it. It's just, the jasmine is not too strong to me. It's more woody and ambery, and the jasmine just complements it. But I don't get the jasmine like in an indolic jasmine from Alien to me. These two are so beautiful. Granted, I cannot tell you how this reformulation, because mine is recent, at least for Alien and the Angel. When I smelled it, it's the recent versions. So maybe the older version, the older formulations were amazing, but they're still very good to me. And I think it's just like trendy to eat them, and people just do. But I think they are really like staple fragrances in the collection, to be really honest. The next one, and I know all my Africans are here with me on that. We're here. You can wear opulent fragrances in warm weather, period. Like, I'm tired of seeing fragrance reviews, fragrance videos, and they're like, oh, this may be a little too opulent. I cannot wear this in like 30+ degree weather. First of all, have you been like to the Middle East? Don't you smell when you're in like Dubai that everybody's bringing out their strongest ouds? Do you think oud is like a fruity, like sweet scent? Not at all. Oud is just like trying to box you, like just so that your presence is known. And there's another thing. We who live year-round in like super warm countries, first of all, we don't have winter, so we're not going to be like, okay, I'm not buying this because I live in a warm weather. But also, when it's hot, we want something that's going to stay. That's what we want. Like, I remember when I used to work for a cosmetics company that was doing everything literally. We had like spring launches for fragrances, and all the, well, I was working for the African department, but all of our distributors, they were always saying like, yeah, we don't want that spring stuff because it's light and it does not stay long, and we don't like that. We want something that is going to stay, so we'll keep the original formulation. That's exactly it. Like we do not want this light. I think because you guys in like Europe and the US, you have alternate seasons, your marketing is done so that you keep that in mind and you work like that with your fragrances, so it actually makes you buy more fragrances in a sense. But for us who live in the warm weather year round, it's not bothersome to us at all. Like I wear ouds whenever I want, like whether it's cold or hot, I do not care, and most people here do not care neither. So that's total marketing and you're just buying it, but it's not bothersome. I don't know what y'all are feeling, but if you are living in weather that's like us, you will have that same opinion. The next one, I'm telling you, Black Opium is still that girl. I guarantee you, a random girl wearing Black Opium smells like she's going to be more appealing to a lot more people than you going around with Baccarat Rouge. I guarantee you. It's just like, and back then when it came out and it was super popular, I was not even that much into fragrance. I didn't even own it. I was stealing it from my sister, to be really honest, and I didn't know what was in there. I just loved it. That slight coffee note, the florals, and I'm not even a big white floral fan, but I think the florals were well done in there. The vanilla, I think Black Opium is like really, and I think it launched something too. And what's funny is the 100 Silent Ways by Nishane, a lot of people say that it reminds them of Black Opium. So I'm like, okay, so you all are here trashing Black Opium, but you like 100 Silent Ways and apparently it smells the same. Yeah, you're like really some niche snobs out here. But yeah, Black Opium is that girl. I'm telling you, it's not on my actual wish list, but if I find a good deal on Black Opium, I'm getting it, period. And even that new one, the Black Opium Le Parfum, it's good. It's not similar to the original one to me. It doesn't really have that same DNA, but it's really, really good, really good. Next one, and that's like, I don't want to offend anybody, but a lot of the fragrance reviewers, they are literally making stuff up just to seem knowledgeable. Because you cannot tell me that you, with your regular life, know exactly what Akigala wood smells like, or what labdanum smells like, and how you can detect. And that's also why I hate when I watch fragrance reviews and the person is literally reading me out the notes, because first I can read, and second they will say, okay, yes, I get the labdanum just because it's in the composition, when in reality, when they're smelling it like that, they cannot be telling you they get labdanum. Like, and that's why on my channel I really do my best. Well, first of all, I don't ever talk about notes. I always put them here and I talk about what I smell. And that's also why I like when reviewers use a lot of like images, comparisons, because we're not all knowledgeable. Like even I wouldn't say I'm super knowledgeable in fragrance. Like I like fragrance, I enjoy fragrance, I'm good at associating scents. I'm telling you this smells like this, I'm telling you what I get from a fragrance, but I'm not going to tell you like these detailed reviews of the labdanum is coming in, taking over the leather. I'm like, are we cooking or what is it? And especially if you have fragrances with like 15, 20 notes, you cannot tell me you smell all of these. Like I get that it's cute to be knowledgeable, but I also don't like to be lied to. Next one, I think we don't need any more cherry fragrance. I think Lost Cherry took the cake. It's that girl. Let's move on to another fruit. I think mango needs some love. Mango is starting to get some love. I think apparently fruit of the year or nut of the year is pistachio. I think pineapple needs some love. Give pineapple some love. Like, pick somebody else, pretty much. Like, we're tired of cherry. And the thing is, I feel like because cherry is now such a distinct note, almost everything that you smell with cherry is automatically going to be associated to lost cherry and compared to lost cherry. Just like a sidebar, but everybody's always associating, like comparing fragrances to baccarat, and I'm like, but they are in different universes. Why would you bring baccarat out in this conversation? Has nothing to do with it. Same here. When you're going to smell most cherry fragrances nowadays, you are automatically going to think about lost cherry. That's just it. Like, lost cherry took the cake. It came out, it got first mover advantage, and yeah, I think we can pick somebody else now. Let's just do that, please. Next one, Versace Cristal Noir. Very mild, very mild. Like, I remember I almost blind bought it. Ooh, that was going to be a big mistake, because since that time I thought about blind buying it. I think I tried it on my skin at least 4 times, and I don't smell anything. Like, that sexiness, that darkness, coconut, blah blah blah, that all of you are talking about, I do not get any of that. Like, to me, it smells for like 5 minutes, something a little woody. I don't even get coconut, and then it's gone. Like, literally the longevity is like crazy poor. I don't know if I just smell it at the wrong place, but yeah, I've smelled it 5 times by now, and I just don't get it. To me, it's nothing crazy, it's nothing sexy, it's barely there, to be honest. Like, why would I waste my money? Next, oh, and that last one is about to be good. A lot of these layering combinations that I see, unnecessary, if not just plain bad. Like, I get that layering has been popularized by Kylie, although I have to admit that the first brand I ever saw promoting layering is Jo Malone. Because on their website, when you could even do tests, and they will give you layering options, that you could, layering combos to buy. So Jo Malone, I'm gonna give them their credit, but Kylie really popularized it, and it's really ingrained in their like DNA. But some of these layering combinations that I be seeing, I'm like, why would you even think about putting these two together? Like, there's literally nothing good that can come out of this. And sometimes, even oftentimes, one fragrance does not need to be layered. Like, it's powerful and it's good enough on its own for you to be adding another fragrance. Like, sometimes I feel like people just do layering combinations just to be able to use up their fragrances faster and say, oh, look at my dents. Like, y'all love showing us your dents, even when there is none. And what I love, sidebar about the dents, oh, I'm all over the place. Why, when you all try to show your dents, like, you're like, look at my dent, and the bottle is clear, and then you just turn it around so that we feel like there's more of a dent? I don't get it. Like, I get there are some bottles where it makes sense, but if the bottle is clear, we saw it, or at least we didn't see your dent. It's not because you're going to turn it around that we're going to see it. Okay, so yeah, these layering combinations, I think y'all gotta get a grip, because not all of these are necessary, and not all of these, and even sometimes you do layering and these don't even mix well together. They don't mix at all together. You just be smelling something here and something there, and it's just confusing. Like, let's keep these layering combinations at bay, please. And last one, I told you I did not come here to make friends today. Every time I go out, I get compliments. I get so many compliments with this, it's not even funny. This line is tired, and we know you're lying. We know you're lying, because except if people know you're a fragrance enthusiast, it's not that many people that are even like slightly interested to be telling you you smell good every time you go out, even if you do. Like, oh, I mean, even I, as a fragrance enthusiast, I sometimes can't even identify who the person smelling nice is. So I wouldn't be here talking about you smell nice every time I see somebody that smells nice. That's crazy. That's even, like, if somebody was telling me I smell nice every time I pass by them, I'll be calling the popo. That's just simple. So yeah, if it's your husband that tells you you smell nice every day, ma'am, we don't want to hear it. It's your husband. Now, not every day you even going out like that for somebody to give you compliments every time. And if you have like 150 perfumes, if you wore it twice and twice your husband said you smell nice, nobody telling us every time I wear it, somebody tells me, gives me a compliment because you used it twice and both times were your husband or your sister. So like, let's be a little more realistic with these compliments. Like, you can say that you felt amazing wearing it, that yeah, we get compliments, of course, and it's great to have them, but don't be telling us that every time you wear it you get compliments, or you only get compliments, because we know you're lying. That is it for the video. It was very fun for me to make it, because some of these I had to get off my chest. I'm telling you, I had to get off my chest. So tell me in the comments if there are any like opinions you have about the fragrance community, the fragrance world, or fragrances in general. Put them in the comments down below. And again, put just anything. Like, I may disagree with them, it's still fine. Like, it may be, I may be the only one that doesn't agree and everybody else agrees. Who am I to be having the monopoly of opinions? No, every opinion is valid. So thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.